Go to today's Wall Street Journal. $5 a day, not one article in the business section about gold prices spiking yesterday, the day before. Not one major article. Zero. Go to the New York Times, the toilet paper record. Yeah, they had an article. It was in their economic section. It was the second to last paragraph in their bonds and something, nothing. They don't want you to know how bad things are going.
You're watching CapitalCosm. My name is Danny. It is October 1st, 2025, and my guest today is the publisher of the Trends Journal, which I want to encourage you guys to become a member of and take advantage of our 10% discount down below. It's Gerald Celente. Gerald, thank you so much for coming on the show, my friend.
Well, thank you for having me. And again, with that 10% discount, it's the grand total of $2.50 a week, a couple of pennies a day. And I'm not saying this, I'm not bragging, but it's a fact. There's no magazine in the world that comes close to it. Mm-hmm. What we do that's different from the mainstream media prostitutes. Prostitutes are media whores that get paid to put out by their corporate pimps and government whoremasters. Simple as that. What we do, Israel war, what do? Oh, we subscribe to Haaretz, the Israeli newspaper. Want to hear what the Israelis have to say? Oh, we go to Jerusalem Post, Times of Israel, Ynet. And then we also go to IRNA, ISNA, Press TV, Tehran Times. Want to hear what the Iranians have to say? Why, how dare you? How dare you listen to what the Iranians have to say? You have to have a little mind. You only have to listen to what the Western media prostitutes have to say. Oh, then we go to Arab News, Al Jazeera, Middle East Monitor, Middle East. Want to hear what the Arabs have to say? We go to Euro News, we go to France 24, on and on. We want the Europeans have to say, what the U.S. has to say, and then we give, this is what they're saying, all of them. This is our analysis, and this is our trend forecast. Nobody does that. And no advertisers. No advertisements in the Trends Journal, only the facts. So we're doing, and again, I have best-selling books in this field. You know that. Trend tracking, far better than Megatrends, Time Magazine, Trends 2000, international bestseller. Been at this for 45 years. Never before have I seen such wild times as we're going through now. And talking about prostitutes, let's see. What's gold selling at as we're speaking?
Almost 3,900 on the futures market.
Yep. As we went on the air, let's see. I don't have it here. I thought it was higher. It was about 3,800 and what?
So spot market is 3,871 right now on gold.
Okay. Yesterday it was 3,857. And it hit a high today of 3,896, the spot. Okay, 3,870, right?
Yep. Go
to today's Wall Street Journal. $5 a day, not one article in the business section about gold prices spiking yesterday, the day before. Not one major article. Zero. Go to the New York Times, the toilet paper record. Yeah, they had an article. It was in their economic section. It was the second to last paragraph in their bonds and something, nothing. They don't want you to know how bad things are going.
That's what I was going to say, Gerald. Is it just by accident, or has the memo gone out to keep the lid on the gold price?
It's exactly it. And then the Financial Times ran an article on gold. Here, you ready? This is not making it up. September 30th. Gold surges past $3,800 an ounce amid shutdown fear. No. No, don't shove this crap down our throat. Oh, why? How dare you say that? Oh, wait a minute. The markets are still going up.
Yeah.
They got
And we've had
some.
a million shutdowns before.
And I'm saying the equity markets are going up. So the equity markets will be going down because of fear of a shutdown. The equity markets will be going down, Financial Times, if it was fear of a shutdown. Oh, wait a minute. Gold's been going up now, what, so about 45% this year? Oh, it wasn't going up because of fear of the government shutting down. So they're selling lies, and they don't want the people to know how bad it is geopolitically and socioeconomically all around the world. When they come out with the OECD came out, what was it? The global debt is $333 trillion. And when you put the real numbers into it, for example, in the United States, no, we're not going to talk about Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare. No, we're not going to talk about that. It's only 37 trillion. You put the real numbers in, it's over 100 trillion. They're not going to be able to pay off this debt all around the world. That's why they're keeping gold prices down. And that's, again, I'm mentioning this because it's subscribing to the Trends Journal. We give you the facts. The Wall Street Journal, $5 a day, not a word about spiking gold prices, not a major story about it.
Yeah. And why don't they want people in on the action, in the gold buying action? What are some of the ramifications that they could face should the gold price become uncontrollably high?
The markets go down. The markets are way overvalued. The PE ratio is near the highest of the high. And it's being pumped up by the AI, trillions, whether it's the chips or the plants that they're building for energy. Their trends are born, they grow, they mature, they reach old age, and then they die. You don't invest all your money in the infant. The infant of AI was born 3 years ago when it became public. 3 years ago. It's an infant. You don't invest all your dough in there. There's going to be a dot-com bust 2.0. And again, you could look at your Trends Journal going back to, it's here somewhere here. You go back to here it is. This is when it was a quarterly. The autumn of 1999. Dot-com this. Right here. We said the dot-com bust would happen by the second quarter of 2000. It did. Happened in March. And you got to go back and look at what's going on. With tracking trends, you make connections between different fields. We say opportunity misses those who view the world through the eyes of their profession. So let's go back to 2000. That's only 25 years ago. Before China got into the World Trade Organization, 10% of Chinese 18-year-olds went to college. Today, nearly 70%. We're talking a country of 1.4 billion. Versus the United States, 347 million. China's going to lead the world in AI. You saw it with DeepSeek. Go back to the Trends Journal. We forecast the dot-com bust on January 28th of this year. They've overinvested in all these companies. And that's what's driving up the equity market. Magnificent Seven. Look at the data. They're losing dough with the AI.
Yep. So here you go, Gerald. This is a chart of the S&P. Now, the caveat is that it's priced in gold, not dollars. And what you can see immediately is that the S&P is nowhere near an all-time high. We actually peaked in the S&P back in 2000, but we're back at levels. You notice that whenever we get to this level of the S&P relative to gold, we were at it in somewhere around March of 2020. And that was when they started injecting capital into the markets and, the ratio went back up again. But now we're kind of back down below this line. So gold has actually been outperforming the S&P, at the very minimum since 2021, just by looking at this chart.
And who owns, according to some of the data, 88% of the S&P 500? BlackRock, Vanguard, and State Street. I'm telling you, we are going to have an economic crisis, the likes of which we've never seen since the Great Depression.
So what can people do to prepare?
Again, we don't give financial advice. Of course, there's GCs, Gerald Celente's 3Gs, guns, gold, and a getaway plan. And gold, silver. And again, it's not what you like, what you want, what you wish for. It's what is. And the crypto market, because the Trump team is so invested in it. Again, you'll go back to Trump's BS back in, again, I can't stand any of them. They're all, it's a crime syndicate to me. You know, so anybody to me that calls themselves Republican, a Democrat, a conservative, a liberal, got a mind the size of a pea. How about being nothing and just look at the facts of everything? No, I belong to that church. You know, okay. Kneel down.
Yeah, have a mind of your own, essentially.
Yeah. So going back, Trump was totally against Bitcoin and cryptos back in as late as 2021, made fun of them. His family's into it. The Lutnick guy, the cabinet members, the Witkoff family, they're all into this stuff. Trump's family's into it. What did Trump got? $100 million from the crypto people when he was running for president in 2024? Tens of millions of dollars when he got inaugurated from them. It's one big club, as George Carlin used to say, and you ain't in it. So we're very positive on it. I mean, but you think about it. Bitcoin, all these other cryptocurrencies, they're invented nothings. They're nothings. And here's the other deal. Every country is going to go central bank digital currency. They're going to make up different crap to say, we got the money, it's a digital coin, we just got rid of all our debt. They're going to go digital. The only real currency that's going to make any difference is gold. You can't do away with that one. No way, no how. So we could easily see, again, depending on the geopolitical consequences going on. Like, let's go to the Ukraine war. Hey, you elect me, I'm going to end that war in 24 hours, right? That's what Trump said, right? Hey. Now that I got elected, I'm going to end that war even before I get into office, all right? Hey, how about that Kellogg guy? Oh, the envoy over there, United States. You mean, yeah. How about Kellogg Frosted Flake? How about that little craphead spewing out back in January? Now that President Trump's elected, that Ukraine war is going to end in 100 days. Swallow my crap. Be a crap swallower. Oh, now he's shooting off his mouth that Russia's going to be defeated and Ukraine's going to win. As Trump is saying the same thing. Ain't no way, no how. Go back to your Trends Journal, February 22nd, 2022, 2 days before the Ukraine war began. We forecast that World War III has already begun. It will only become official when there's a false flag event, and that there's no way in the world that Ukraine can beat Russia. Oh, only go by the facts. Let's go back to World War II. Operation Barbarossa, launched by Hitler, killed how many Russians? Oh, 25 million plus. Oh, who are the first ones to defeat the Russians? The Germans, the Russians. But you can't talk about that. And how about this? John F. Kennedy, speech to graduating students at American University in June 1963. All about peace, saying we should not hate the people in the Soviet Union. None of them suffered more during World War II than they did. They lost their homes, their factories, and their farms, the equivalent of Chicago to the East Coast. And if we go to war against them, it'll be a nuclear war and life on Earth will be annihilated in 24 hours. His words. He was all about peace. That was June. July, August, September, October, November, Jack, you're dead. They killed him.
And now you've got this additional front that they've been conjuring up, which is in Venezuela too. So now you not only have Iran, Russia, potentially the South China Sea as well, but now you have Venezuela that they're talking about doing a ground invasion to take out the cartels, supposedly. So
let's go back to the facts. Let's go back to 2019, 2020, when Trump was president. Try to overthrow the Maduro government back then. Oh, you weren't talking about drugs back then. No. Oh, by the way, they're pretty rich in oil, aren't they, in Venezuela?
No,
Like
that's
I
a
said, you think we
coincidence.
would
That's
have
just a coincidence, Gerald.
what?
I said that's just a coincidence, Gerald.
Yeah, like I
Don't
said,
worry about those details.
yeah. You think we would have invaded Iraq if their major export was broccoli? You think we would have invaded Syria if we didn't take over their oil on the east end of Syria? You think they would have invaded Libya, one of the richest oil-producing countries in the world, to overthrow Gaddafi? So now let's go back to 2019. Trump was trying to put in that guy, but nobody talks about this. Trying to put in that little clown boy, Guaido, remember? Oh, yeah, he's the real president of Ukraine, not Maduro, Trump said. Oh, and they tried to overthrow the government. Remember, they tried to attack through Colombia, and they lost. Oh, and all of Europe said Guaido is the real president. Not all of Europe, the countries that suck up to the United States. They were trying to overthrow the country back then, and now they're using the crap that it's a drug cartel.
Yeah.
Again, when all else fails, they take you to war. The economy is failing. Oh, the new job number losses. Look at the job numbers coming out. Look at the job, when there are job numbers that come out, the jobs that are being created. Oh, there is the social services, healthcare, hospitality sector, jobs that pay nothing. And hardly any.
And now they're pretty much war gaming what they're going to do after they dethrone Maduro. Marco Rubio and his team are looking into the next 100 days after the Maduro regime falls. Like they've already kind of baked this into the cake. Like, oh, he is for sure going to get dethroned.
How can anybody with a brain bigger than a pea listen to the crap spewing out of the mouth of a little nobody, gutless little piece of crap like Marco Rubio? A little piece of nothing. Oh, remember when Trump made fun of him when he was running against him back in 2016? Oh, yeah, that Marco Rubio. It's a freak show. And again, not only in the United States, all over the world. I talked about what's going on with what the Germans did to the Russians in World War II. And now you got this little guy, Merz, over there. Oh, the BlackRock guy. That's the Chancellor of Germany. We're borrowing $100 trillion. We've been in a recession for 2 years. Oh, you didn't say that, Merz, did you? And you're borrowing $1 trillion, not $100 trillion, $1 trillion to build up our defense. Oh, and our infrastructure, they could hold the tanks. We have to fight those Russians because they may invade Europe. Oh, that clown? How about that little Gatson Macron with a peck of the size of this pen if he has one at all? We're building up our military. A little boy of nothing. And maybe we'll put troops in Ukraine too. One country after another, ramping up war against Russia. And again, we only write the facts. You go back to your Trends Journal in the, where is it over here? Is this it? Yeah, here it is. This is when it was a quarterly. See how happy that guy is? United States overthrow the democratically elected government of Viktor Yanukovych in 2014. All the details are here. All the details are here that nobody wants to talk about. Washington is driving the world to the final war. Article by Dr. Paul Craig Roberts, former Assistant Treasury Secretary under Ronald Reagan. Washington concluded that Russia needed to be confronted with or distracted by problems that would leave the Russian government less confident they're able to counter Washington's aggression elsewhere. Ukraine presented the perfect opportunity for Washington to advance its hegemonic agenda. In a speech at the National Press Club last December, Assistant Secretary of State Victoria Nuland, this is now, we're talking 2013, boasted that Washington had invested $5 billion in non-governmental organizations in Ukraine for the purpose to teach democracy. We overthrew the government. That same Victoria Nuland is quoted with talking to Jeffrey Pyatt, who at that time was the United States ambassador to Ukraine. Can't say the proper word. The UK, the EU, we're putting in yachts, little boy yachts in there when they overthrew the government, right there in front of your eyes. But nobody knows this. Nobody talks about it. All we do is hate the Russians. Oh, and by the way, the deal was when the Soviet Union broke up, the deal made between Gorbachev and Bush Sr. was, quote, NATO would not move 1 inch further. That was 1991, 2025, 2019, in 1991, there were 16 NATO members, and now there are 32, right on the Russian border.
Yep. And then just yesterday, you had this big all hands on deck meeting at the Department of War, now called, headed by Pete Hegseth. He basically collected all of the one-star generals and above and pretty much just delivered a glorified pep rally. But in the midst of all of that, he did call for the military to quote unquote begin preparing to go to war.
Yep.
So it looks like it's pretty much baked into the cake, at least, and they're pretty much planning to go to war. Now, with who, the extent of the war, we don't know. But what did you make of that meeting yesterday?
It's unprecedented. What are you doing this for? And again, I launched a movement called Occupy Peace over a decade ago. Had peace rallies all the time, every year, once a year. Occupy Peace, this is the foundation of it. Close all the military bases overseas. There are like 700-800 of them in about 70-80 countries. Close them down. We have no business being there. Secure the homeland with the troops and put them to work to rebuild our third world infrastructure. Amcrap. I'm 4.5. If I drive from here to Canada, I get to Montreal in 4.5 hours. I take Amcrap. You know how long it takes? 10 hours. 10 hours. It's a joke. The road's all rotted. We don't have any high-speed rail. It's a joke. The roads, the bridges, the country's rotting. Take the subway in New York. It's a night in Calcutta. But yet spending all this money for war. So, and the other element of Occupy Peace is, you want to go to war, Hegseth, and all you other clown boys and girls? Let the people vote. We're the ones who pay for the war with our money and our lives. That's the foundation of it. We get very little support. Very little support. The rally we had here last week, Judge Napolitano, Scott Ritter, Dennis Kucinich, Joe Laurie, Roger Waters did a streaming, Garland Nixon, one after another, Diane Sear, Ray McGovern. It was the smallest turnout ever. And the average age of the people, like my age. No young people, hardly anybody under 50. Peace is not a dirty word. Not one press, nobody on the mainstream media talks about peace. Zero.
I don't think it's just your rally, Gerald, because if you look at some of the turnout rates for young people across the board, I mean, they're all down. Young people don't turn out to big rallies anymore, much to the extent that they used to back 10, 20 years ago. It's mostly online activism at this point.
It's hard. By the way, that's very important what you just said about young people and online activism. Yeah, I'm in New York City. I'm a Bronx guy, lucky man. Napolitano, born in the Bronx, 1946, right after the war, the height of American spirit. And if you're not from the Bronx, didn't live there, weren't born there, take it easy, Jackie. You don't know the story. You're born to be free. Don't tell me what to do. I don't care who you are. You're in for a fight if you try to make me do it. And it ain't no lie. I was a little kid. I was a premature baby. It was an incubator. I come home crying. My brothers were over 6 feet. My father's over 6 feet. Sister's 5'9". I come home crying. I'm 6 years old. My father said, "What are you crying about?" I said, "I got beat up." He said, "You don't come home crying." And he walked away from me. I became the toughest. I was the smallest, but I was the fastest. I'm saying this because going back to the spirit of the fight for freedom, it's gone. The people don't fight for freedom anymore. They're gutless. They're cowards. Again, 1946, the height of America, right after the war. The spirit of my aunts and uncles, may they all rest in peace, and parents, could not have been grander. All that's gone now. Going back to being young people, and I'm mentioning this about being from New York City, it's a mayoral race going on, right? Who's winning it?
Mamdani.
Who's
so
in?
far.
A little nobody. A little nobody. Again, he's only 33 years old. I've been 33 years old. You know, you're growing up. You still got a long way to go. Hasn't done crap, but he's winning. Going back to the young people and what you talked about, social media. He's getting the young people's vote. I read every article I could, and that's what I do. I read about 6 hours a day, all about him. From the minute he won, day after day, week after week, week after week. Social media is what brought him in. And the woman running it from Brooklyn, 28 years old. My generation has no idea how to do this. The younger generation does. That's where the younger generation's going. And they're starving. You look at the numbers. You go by the facts. Once upon a time, not too long ago, new home sales, 40% first-time home buyers. Yep, 40%. Now, 28%. Deep in debt. Can't get good jobs. Now AI is taking more of them away from them. And what is he saying? I'm going to give you free bus transportation. I'm going to give you city grocery stores so you can get cheaper thing. You see where it's going? Again, like it, agree, disagree, ain't the issue. It's what is. Very, very important. This is New York City, man. We're not talking about Columbus, Ohio. We're not talking about, Memphis, Tennessee. We're not talking about, we're talking about New York City, the top city in America. And a 33-year-old nothing is on his way to becoming mayor of it. Very important. Tells you the socioeconomic conditions. And goes back to gold prices. It's all going down. That's why gold prices are going up. You got to make the connections between different fields.
Does this spell that like a more socialist platform would probably be more appetizing, let's say come in 2028? Or because it's kind of odd, because Mamdani really strikes me as kind of like an Obama 2.0. I know like there's differences between them, but he has that kind of like aura to him when it comes to that. But the times that we're living in, it appears it's more apropos for like a strong man than like another peacetime politician like Obama or Mamdani.
Yeah, that's perfect what you said. Yeah, he's a Obama. Oh, you call him a peacetime, huh? You mean a little bastard that lied his way into office? That Obama? The Nobel Peace of Crap Prize winner? As soon as he got in, the troop surge in Afghanistan? Oh, brought to you by that guy, betrayed us? Oh, no, betray us. Oh, he's with KKK now? Oh, the Obama? I want that guy Gaddafi out of there. Oh, the Obama? I want that guy Assad out of there. Peace candidate? A piece of shit. A piece of shit. Quoted in the book Double Down, I'm really good at killing people. Yeah. That yeah. Obama? That
yeah. He definitely launched like all of these fake revolutions in the Middle East, and he started the war between the color revolution in Ukraine and in Syria and in Libya and in all these different places. But the time that he occupied was relatively, you were still kind of at the peak of Pax Americana. Like right now, we're kind of coming down from that peak and entering more of a wartime wartime setting. So I just don't know, like if that kind of persona, like an Obama type that would do well, like in the mid 2000s, would do well today, given like all of the changes, the revolutionary changes ongoing today.
Again, it was Obama that overthrew the government over there in Ukraine. 2014. He was president back then, wasn't he?
Yep.
Yeah. And again, Madeleine Albright, Samantha Power, Susan Rice. No, not Albright. Hillary Clinton, Samantha Power, Susan Rice. I'm tired of hearing about this crap. If only women were in charge, things would be different. Those are the three ones that pushed for the overthrow of Gaddafi. And Madeleine Albright quoted, you could look it up, speaking to Leslie Stahl when Clinton was president and she was UN ambassador. Leslie Stahl says to Albright, are the price of over 500,000 Iraqi children that have died because of what Bill Clinton has done to Iraq worth the price? And Madeleine Albright says it was worth the price. You could Google it up. So going back, when all else fails, I'm telling you, they take you to war. And they're going to be taking us to war. Let's go back to the I forecast, the facts are right there, forecast the dot-com bust. What happened? The NASDAQ was down 80%. Then 9/11 happens. Everybody forgot about the recession and the hatred for George Bush. Instead, 90% of the people swallowed his crap. We're going to get that guy Osama bin Laden dead or alive. And then they create the fake housing boom. Hey, you don't have a job? You got no money? Out of work? Don't worry about it. Sign over here. You got a subprime mortgage. And derivatives? Oh, that Obama? Oh, yeah. The Obama that bailed out the bankster bandits after they caused all this? Oh, and the Federal Reserve? Not my language, from Levy Institute, Bard College. $29 trillion the Federal Reserve dumped into the banksters to bail them out between 2007 and 2010. It's a crime syndicate. They're murderers and thieves by their deeds.
Yeah, totally. Well, Gerald, anything else you want to talk about? I pretty much got all my topics in, but if there's anything you'd like to talk about before we wrap up here or sign off.
Yeah, the death of the dollar is in front of our eyes for all to see. The dollar is heading for one of its worst years in like 22 years. And it's very simple. This isn't, high-end math. It's tiny, simple. The lower interest rates go, the deeper the dollar falls. The deeper the dollar falls, the higher gold prices go up. And precious metals, silver, gold. You're going to lower interest rates. The lower interest rates go, the higher inflation goes. We are on the verge of the death of the dollar, and get ready for CBDCs. Again, Orwell could not have come up with a better name than stable coins.
They're about to test them in the UK.
Yep. Stable coins. Who the hell are you talking to? Gold is the stable coin. It's gold. And you're seeing the countries around the world buying it up. Now, the deeper the dollar falls, other currencies go higher. So it's cheaper for them in other countries to buy gold because gold is dollar-based. This isn't rocket science. So that's what we see happening. When I say that all else fails, they take you to war, I told you what happened when the dot-com bust happened. There was a thing called the Great Depression. This is from History Today, mainstream as you can get. July 26, 1941, the Great Depression's going on. United States freezes Japanese assets. President Franklin Roosevelt swung into action by freezing all Japanese assets in America. You know why? In retaliation for the Japanese occupation of French Indochina. Hey, wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. French Indochina? What are the French doing in Cambodia, Laos, and Vietnam? And you got the balls to tell me it's French Indochina? Why the French Foreign Legion? We're in Algeria, in Morocco. We're stealing, robbing, pillaging. We could do anything we want. All right? Now, I'm an American. What the hell do I care about what's going on over there? Here's why. Britain and the Dutch East Indies followed suit. Britain, where the sun never sets on the British Empire. And I'm tired of hearing his bullshit word, I'm the king. F you. If you were Italian, you'd call you murderous bastards a mafia. Why, the sun never sets on the British Empire. We steal, rob, pillage it all over the world. And the British and the Dutch East Indies followed suit. Dutch East Indies? What the hell are the Dutch doing in Indonesia? Or the same thing the British are doing, the French are doing. We're stealing, robbing, pillaging, raping, doing anything we want. We're killing people all over the world. So they followed suit. You ready? The result, Japan lost access to 3/4 of its overseas trade and 88% of its imported oil. They import 100%. They lost their trade. Can't understand why they bombed Pearl Harbor. I didn't know this until 3 years ago. I knew about cutting off their oil. I didn't know about the rest of it.
Right.
Stealing all their money. And it goes on. I mean, you can't make this crap up. You can, because the same thing is going on here. Japan followed up by occupying Cam Ranh Naval Base in Vietnam, 800 miles from the Philippines, where Americans had troops. What the hell are we doing in the Philippines? And we 800 miles away. Oh, and you ready? And the British base is in Singapore. What the hell are the British doing in Singapore? And the people swallowed the crap. Before the bombing of Pearl Harbor, 80% of Americans were opposed to getting involved with the war that was ramping up in World War II before we got involved in it. And then changed, just like what happened after 9/11. 90% of the people swallowed the crap, spewing out of a ballless little boy, a little spoiled daddy's boy, Georgie Bush. We're going to get that guy Osama bin Laden. Get her alive. Longest war in American history, killed hundreds of thousands of innocent people, and stole trillions of dollars of our money. That's how easily the people follow.
Yeah. Well, it's a sad testament on the humans, the easily manipulated, people that we have to deal with. But Gerald, thank you so much for coming on, my friend. And again, I want to encourage my audience to check out the Trends Journal and take advantage of the 10% discount we have below. I've mentioned it multiple times before, but it bears repeating. Gerald and his team, they do a fantastic job with their publications, 100 plus pages regularly in these issues, and very in-depth research that people like you and I would not have the time to go into the weeds and through all of these various other news publications and find where the signal is. Anyone can read, anyone can pull up a bunch of articles, but to actually understand the signal, to find the takeaways, that takes a whole nother level to do. So again, I encourage you guys to check out the Trends Journal. Special link down below. Gerald, thank you so much for coming on, my friend.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. And thank you so much for all you do. I mean, you're one of the rare ones out there that are doing what you're doing. So many people are afraid to stand up, speak up, and unite for freedom and peace. By the way, just to show you how bad it is, a couple of weeks ago, I took out the domain name. We, the People's Party, .us. That should have been gone when the internet revolution happened back in the 1990s. Then
it was still available.
What?
It was still available?
Yeah, I got it.
Wow.
And then a week later, I got the domain name WeThePeoplesParty.world. That should have been gone a long time ago. It shows you how we the people are not uniting. It's about we the people. I was not put on this earth to take orders from anybody. And Hegseth, you tough little boy doing push-ups, you come over here. You Marco Rubio, you little Lindsey Graham, you got Trump, you Biden, all you guys come over here and you try to make me do what you want me to do. Come over here and try to make me. I do not follow leaders. I am not in kindergarten. Got it? And if the people don't get their balls back and fight, it's going to be the end of life on earth. Simple as that.
Everyone's sedated. Everyone's sedated with their social media, their weed, all the other things they keep them pacified with. So
again, we the people, not you the leaders. You don't lead me. Shove your political crap up your you know what. Just to make it clear.
Loud and clear, my friend. Well, if you got value out of this podcast, guys, hit that like and subscribe button. Write "Go, Gerald, go" in the comment section if you agree with what we said. Even if you don't agree with what we say, go ahead and drop me a comment and tell me why you disagreed, or let me know why you agreed. Either way, I do, in fact, read the comments. And by liking, subscribing, commenting, doing all that YouTube stuff, it really does go a long way in helping push this video and this channel in the algorithm. So it may not seem like much, but it does go a long way, in fact. But if you'd like to support me monetarily, then check me out on Substack at capitalcosm.substack.com, or click on the discount link down below and get yourself 10% off the Trends Journal. And you can support me that way too. So in return, you'll get an awesome product like the Trends Journal, and you'll help support this channel in the process. So Gerald, thank you for coming on, my friend. Guys, thank you for watching. Yeah.
People say they don't like me because I'm angry. He who is not angry when there is just cause for anger is immoral. Why? Yep. Because anger looks to the good of justice. And if you could live amid injustice without anger, you are immoral as well as unjust. St. Thomas Aquinas. And by going to your channel and subscribing to the Trends Journal, here's why. We'll know our disinformation program is complete when everything the American public believes is false.
That was CIA chief back in the 80s, wasn't it?
You got it. William Casey, 1981. Good for you. That's why you go to your site, everybody, because this man does what very, very few do. He knows the facts, knows the data, and that's all this is about. Facts, not fiction of belief in political crap. Thank you so much.
I appreciate it, my friend. I'm just trying to keep up with you. But thank you so much for your time, Gerald. Guys, thank you for watching, and I will catch you later. Bye.